Someone finds out you don't have tattoos and their face does this thing. Like you just told them you've never tried pizza. Not even one, and then comes the diagnosis. You're afraid of needles, you haven't found anything meaningful enough, you're playing it safe. Like blank skin is a problem they need to solve for you, and the part that gets you isn't the question. It's that you can't really explain why, because it's not one clean reason, it's more like a feeling. The second something becomes permanent, something in you just locks up, and that lockup has nothing to do with fear, and everything to do with how your brain handles doors you can't walk back through. Your brain treats permanent decisions completely differently from everything else. What to eat, what to wear, which route to take, reversible, low stakes, whatever. But the second a choice becomes irreversible, your brain pulls a quiet alarm, not dramatic. More like a background hum that says, don't, there's a term for it, psychological reactance. Your brain registers permanence as a direct threat to your freedom to change your mind. And it would rather you choose nothing than choose something you can't undo. And that hum doesn't limit itself to tattoos. You're the person who spends 45 minutes on a character creation screen for a game you might not even finish. You can't commit to a sticker on your laptop. A $3 sticker on a laptop you're replacing in 2 years. Someone gives you a gift card and it sits in your wallet for 8 months, because spending it wrong feels worse than not spending it at all. You've had the same phone case for 3 years. Not because you love it, because picking a new one means committing to a new one. No judgment, same. But the thing is, you've probably had a tattoo idea, maybe more than one. You've seen something and thought, yeah, that's cool. And then your brain ran the simulation. You, 4 years from now, looking down at that design and feeling nothing. Or worse, feeling stuck with something that used to mean something and just doesn't anymore. Like a favorite jacket you wore every day for a year, and now it hangs in the closet collecting dust. That fast forward your brain does. It has a name. Future self-continuity, how connected you feel to the person you'll be in 10, 20 years. Most people treat their future self like a stranger. Someone distant, vague, someone who'll deal with it later. But you don't. You feel weirdly responsible for that person. Responsible enough that locking them into your current taste feels almost rude, like decorating someone else's house without asking. And that's the part people get completely backwards about you. They see blank skin and think boring, indecisive. But you're not avoiding the decision because you don't care. You care about too many possible versions of yourself to pin down just one. That pattern has a name, the maximizer, someone who won't settle for good enough because their brain is always running comparisons against a perfect option that doesn't actually exist yet. And when the decision is permanent, when there's no undo button, the maximizer stalls. Because nothing real can compete with the imaginary perfect thing. That pattern reaches way past your skin. You take forever to pick a show because starting one means not watching the other 6. 3 drafts on a text before you hit send. Your walls have been bare for 4 years because you haven't found the right print. You change your phone wallpaper every 2 weeks, and it's never that you picked wrong. There just isn't. One you'd want to stare at forever. The people who don't get this are usually the ones who just pick things. They see a design, like it, get it, move on, Tuesday, done. They genuinely cannot understand what there is to agonize over. Which is fine, that's how their brain works. But yours runs a different operating system. Theirs says that this is cool right now. Yours says, but will it still be cool in 2034? I'll be honest, not every version of this serves you. Sometimes the permanence thing stops being about protecting your future self and starts being about hiding from your present one. If you can't lock in a wallpaper, that's funny. If you can't commit to anything, a city, a career, a person, because the one-way door alarm fires on everything that's worth sitting with. But for most of you, that's not what's happening. You just have a brain that takes forever, literally. And in a world where everyone's rushing to mark themselves, their skin, their walls, their feeds, you looked at all of it and thought, I'm good. So the next time someone looks at your arm and does the face, not even one, you don't owe them a reason. Your brain just runs the math on permanence differently, and the freedom to change your mind keeps winning. Most people decide for who they are right now. You're factoring in someone you haven't met yet. If you've ever done the same thing with playlists, can't lock in the songs, because the second you do, they stop feeling right. Same mechanism. I break these down every week. Subscribe if you want that.